Kipping Handstand Push-up, Parallettes. The Kipping Handstand Push-up on Parallettes requires much more skill and coordination than the strict variation where strength is the determining factor. Start by kicking up into a handstand position. Your heels should rest against the wall. Sit your butt back toward the wall. Hinge at the hips. Pull your knees down toward your elbows and get into the tucked position. Launch your feet back up the wall from the tucked position, driving your heels toward the ceiling. When your hips reach full extension, use the momentum to press into the parallettes and extend your arms and legs. The deltoid flexes and abducts the shoulder. The serratus anterior rotates the scapula upward. The upper trapezius elevates and upward the scapula. The triceps brachii extends the elbow. Common problem: wrist sensitivity during handstands. Solution: preparatory exercises for the wrists. 1. Finger palm flexion extension. This exercise intends to improve wrist and finger mobility. Start with your palm flat on the mat. Roll the base of the palm forward through the fingers, allowing each joint to roll after the other. Return gradually to the starting position. 2. Wrist flexion on blocks. This exercise intends to increase wrist mobility and wrist flexor strength. Begin by placing your hands on the blocks, with your finger base on the back edge of the blocks. Lean forward so the shoulders are above the wrists. Lift the wrists up and slowly lower down. Repeat 10 to 20 times. Note, this exercise can be performed kneeling as well. Wrist flexors stretch. This exercise intends to improve wrist flexor flexibility. Begin by rotating the palms outward, so your fingers point to your knees. Slowly lean back without lifting the base of the palm from the floor. Create small circles around the carpal bones. Common problem: a limited range in shoulder flexion. This condition may cause several chain reactions, such as increased lumbar lordosis, an increased load on the wrist bones, and even an increased load on the cervical vertebrae due to a greater cervical lordosis. Solution: preparatory exercises to improve the shoulder flexion range. 1. Shoulder flexion and thoracic extension on blocks, semicircular. Bring the hips above your knees or slightly behind. Straighten your arms forward and press your palms on the blocks. Gently bring one armpit closer to the mat, followed by the other side, and switch sides alternately. 2. Shoulder flexion thoracic extension with a foam roller. Bring the hips above your knees or slightly backward. Straighten your arms forward and press your palms on the foam roller. Bring your chest close to the floor, allowing the shoulders to open. You can gently bounce in this position. 3. Shoulder flexion thoracic extension, hip to heel with a ball. Bring the hips above your heels. Straighten your arms forward and press your palms on the ball. Bring your chest close to the floor, allowing the shoulders to open. You can gently bounce in this position. 4. Seated focused thoracic extension with a pole. With inhalation, straighten the back and raise your chest while maintaining a natural lumbar lordosis. Common problem: difficulty in obtaining full elbow extension or in weight bearing. A possible adaptation: place the head on a padded surface between the arms to ease the position. The head support stabilizes the movement and allows a feeling of security. It's essential to adjust the height of the support, exact head placement. If the support is too low, the head will not be supported, and if the surface is too high, the neck might be compacted. It's possible to use a block as a surface base with a folded blanket on top. The height of the surface depends on the arm length. Place the hands on the floor to the surface's sides and transition from a downward dog until the head is comfortably placed on the surface.